What I need is that Landlar glove. My large glove is in my bag over there.
The fact they kept things moving
Right here.
Yeah, that's fine. Good.
Okay, babe, your head is right in the middle. Thank you.
Go! Right there in the blue shield.
Alright, I got Leo.
Keep it to one group until we get more in line.
You guys line up on the other side, please. Yeah. Line up over there, please. Oh!
Out there, Master. Sorry, no. So I was trying to check the range I needed to shield. Yeah, just stay with me. Go!
My wall just wasn't right there.
Check the elbow on the shield. Never mind. Right, guy. Hey, Leo, here. There's your shield. Leo.
Bro, you went through all that and you walked in, guys, closing?
You have to do that Yogi gamble.
You're killing me!
You just call me Yogi like Ivan?
Yeah.
No, I call him Ryoga.
You're killing me.
That was a great crosscut, Ryoga.
Man, when you move, the brush is coming off your chain mount twice.
Pot of red, huh?
Hey, Titus. Yes. Do me a favor. Go in the back of my truck and grab my helmet with the new one. Okay.
A little bit slow?
Yeah.
He got me as
Bring it to Duke Jonathan, please.
All right. Okay. If you would have had me speed-wise. Low guard. Give me that opening. That's on your nose. Which means you have the shield sitting right about here. Sword. Hey, Keegan.
Good. Nice job, Eli. Well fought, gentlemen. Really good fight. Huh? Yeah.
So your first step, you're leaning forward.
Yeah.
How low is the side step?
Yeah. And I thought I'd have to go back here. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm all the way over here.
Yeah. So you're mixed up.
Got it?
Yeah.
My friend did that. Walk into my start saying a French said
Fine. Moving. You did. How amazing
I
job.
was out way
He was falling down. I'm like, oh, is he gonna fall over? What? I guess not. Nice job keeping swinging. I thought you were gonna fall down there.
Well done, Jerry.
Yep.
I was gonna say scarecrow. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like, what did you hit me with?
Really big line. Come over there.
Yep, try another one.
Move the line back over here, guys.
Is that light on?
No, it's not.
I get a fence on.
Here is okay. This what will happen is giving you huge. Here. Right back over.
Have we been here before?
I think here. See that? This is okay, but when you're way over here, it's also happening.
Angus.
Zone here.
These aren't coming in hard enough, are they?
Now look this way.
Oh, am I?
See
I
that?
apologize. I was trying to get forward. Sorry about that.
Minor adjustment, but I think so. Lined up kind of off to your left side a little bit.
Yeah, like
That's quick, and then we'll correct that.
Good.
Saturday, outside of the
I was hitting his wrist. He hit it strong. I thought we flipped it in on 10. Yeah, I know. I got really bigger.
Really high on the
Instead of doing it like this, right now you're feeling like this. Your elbow. Good? If your elbow slide it back right now. You want that to like
Oh, I should have been here.
Then when you're responding to that flash, I remember where we let the contest here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I'm not adjusting all the time. It's been on 6 months now without being up.
Come in, protect it, and you do a couple different things. One thing a lot of heater fighters like to do is this. See, that's one of the last favorites. See how I just took my leg?
This is the greatest I've ever seen.
Step right here. Yeah, so you don't have to leave here. You throw this, and then you can throw that outside shot. The other way you can do it too is you can ride your shield right here. And see how my knee is?
Huh?
When I go to do anything over here and he tries to get there, he can't get there. Okay? And he's got nothing he can do. My shield is right through here. All he has to do is come to here. And also, tip of your shield, put your right here. Fold the shield like boom, back Okay? So come on and roll on down. Well, whatever you can hit with the flat snap works real well there. Flat snap works great. The other one is, the other one is you're going to look at
Cover up. Cover up.
You're going to pin this across the body. Stay low. Yep. See how they work? Throw a flat snap out. Stand there. Keep your sword up to protect this out of your face. Working out, wearing down. Short divot. From here, not a lot I can do. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do this. But I'm kind of match and operate. I'm not going to have any power. Now, take a look.
Yoga.
You're against the wall. You have
Okay.
See how you wound up this zone? His hand now has to come to the proper position. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Rio. Yeah.
Almost kind of playing with their here. He's trying to insane the thing around here.
After that, I was waiting for time. I should have a good So how's it working? When you stay in, if you lose, you come back on. Your arm should be. Nice!
Awesome!
That's shithead. All of that stung. That's good stuff.
Delaying. What we talked about on that pedal. We're going to sway this. We're not going to bend this. Here. Right in there. Woo! Snapper right there. Wake up. Good shot, Ryoga.
2 in. 2 in.
Go, 2 in up here.
Come on. Oh. Is all right? That still looks nice.
I'm not gonna like that.
I was waiting for that moment. Oh, wasn't I supposed to stay in there?
Yeah.
Did you win? Yeah.
You're right.
Hold on. I got enough to get warm so I can make it through practice. Okay. That's what Keegan told me to do. He thinks I have a pinched nerve in my elbow.
Next time.
That's all you have to do is pick one. Literally, I don't want to go like that. See, and
Ah, there we go.
like mine. With it, but I want it like this. I like it.
How do you fight him different than everybody else? You do everything.
Yeah, I like to work.
Egan,
Head up, Egan.
are you gonna forget all this you told us to know? You just did. Fight him just like you would have.
I have no idea.
Contrary move just like him. Right. Just like you would have felt. Throw your shots the exact same way. There's no need to do anything different.
When Dallas is on the field, would you mind doing me a favor and telling me he needs to
Huh?
he should fight for that one. He's done me a favor.
He completely changed the fight. Look, Dallas. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, you are. Fighting. No, I was changing my style because I changed my style because I've been watching him. I was waiting for his shot, which was low, and I got it. But no, I'm not. I know it may seem that way, but I'm not. Well, you kind of changed it up against me. Well, you're left-handed. That's this is what I was taught to guard. Good. Because when you're standing there, Dave Swain. That's how you got me right in here. And we talked about. Calm down. Like the armor or the leg? Is it wrong with the armor or is it wrong with your leg? Is it like health-wise? Is the strap too tight? Were you legged? Stood up?
I was leg, immediately went down in my knees, and stood up.
Probably had a tight strap. And it released all the blood back into the plant. I left my wing there.
He got me.
Oh! Egan, actually pull back and strike. Egan, keep your head up. Pull back and throw.
You're still fighting. You're still fighting.
Hey, I'm gonna have to back out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on
All they call for. Good job, gals.
Keegan, if I can hit like off the head, it doesn't feel like a shot. Okay.
So I never really had that.
Oh, man, now I know I'm
Your call.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's got it. Rain trees are send down.
Two in. Love you.
Yeah. That's hard. Trying to leg everybody. But it's open, but it's open.
Good. I'll help you in the long run. So much.
He's behind the leg. It's all right, yeah, but he's strapped behind his leg.
Good.
Nice shot. Patience shot.
Very
Just a little patience there.
There will be melee practice drills. No actual melee.
Might end up with some skill too.
Watch his wrap.
Hold. Yeah.
You cut your arm off and it's way down.
Nice shot, nice.
Going straight in.
I'm looking for that.
Let's talk more fight.
Right here with him.
But
Big guy. Big guy. Bad combo. Don't go.
well, it's also
Okay? Lateral movement.
okay.
Slice and dice. Okay? Take it off.
Show here.
Come here. I've got it now. You got to get it off.
He's gonna do it. Hit him. He's gonna buckle like this.
The arm is
From here.
I'm thinking all I have is this over the like that.
And it's okay, but see, another thing, Gal, I want to show that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you just wing it like this.
He's on.
Thank you.
Nice shot, Val. Bye, guys.
Sorry about the light. Good job. Way on the end of my stick, though.
Twos. Once I throw this and keep going around this way.
Got the arm. Good fight. It was good.
Watch that shield position. Conrad.
So about what? 8:30?
About 8.
Fucking a wall. Press that shield, Dave.
Way to go, Celine.
Good job, Celine. Good job. Celine, remember lateral.
Just enough to power out. Good. A little bit more. Enough on it though. Good.
Covered your face, bro. Covered your face. This is where you were going. Okay, do I have to tie that arm down? Okay. Remember what I told you, pull that elbow in. I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah, leave her that face though, right?
Yeah.
Let's not do that anymore. All right, you're getting in line right now. Get in line. About to cut this. You like my long hair? I used to have long hair. I remember. I used to have really long hair. Good, good, good. No, you know what? No. Why not? 2 in. Very close to a wrap. It's almost good, Audrey.
Yeah, I know, I should. Oh, no, we're doing a bear pit.
Why? You're not wearing it right. Your arm doesn't allow you to wear that. It's right there. I'll get some. The way it's supposed to be. Draped over the top of your mouth. Your shoulders are carrying all the weight. Aiden, you're last in line.
Doing pretty good.
Here and they were like,
Hey, fight the winner. You fight winner,
That looks really Yeah, I know. I might be getting there and handle that heel.
I'm constantly blocking that in my rib.
Yeah, I know.
I was protecting my ribs mostly.
Your cards are teeny. Which actually, on that loom, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's just they give me somewhat of a
I wasn't going to throw it back. I can throw as well as you
Good,
can.
because I probably would have.
I throw as well as you do.
All right, listen up, listen up. Number one, for those of you who are unable to attend this weekend, we had 2 individuals from this area. There was 27 fighters that went out and fought on a very, very hot day. It was brutal. And I don't mean that lightly. It was a brutal day.
Worst I've ever fought in. Not a cloud in the sky.
Not a cloud in the sky. The sun was out.
Balmy, downright balmy.
Okay. Gallus.
Right here.
Gallus and Pelagius were victorious as far as winning the tournament. But my hat's off, and those of you that missed it, there should be too, to the individuals that came from this practice, as well as some folks from Wednesday's practice. As you guys did a great job. Tonight we're going to be going over some melee tactics. This is going to be the start of the melee season. The first thing we're going to go over, however, is if you look around, most of the shields that are here are not face down on the dirt. There are 2 that are.
Oh, and they're company shields.
And they need to be corrected pretty quickly. This.
Whoever's near them.
Aiden, bring me your shield. This is the face of one of the units represented here. Okay? There's other ones here as well, inverted. When we get into full swing, there'll be folks from Black Rose, there'll be folks from Blue Rose, from Crusadine, from all sorts of different groups. The bottom line is this is the outward face to your opponent. This is what your opponent sees when you walk on the field. You need to respect it. If you don't respect it, they're not going to respect it. All right. So keep the goal here. Your device, your livery, whether this is yours, your knight, your barony, doesn't end up face down in the dirt. Okay, that's rule number 1. So on Wednesdays, try to look a little orderly. And remember, the more professionally you act, the more professionally you take yourself when we go into this melee season, the effects can be translated to the field.
Now,
Just one quick one. A nice one to do in melee as well as at war. If you have that shield, set it up that way. People only have a place to put their helmets and gauntlets.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, shade's invaluable.
Now, speaking of a matter of professionalism and respect, for most of this time we said that this is a casual practice and we weren't really using titles or anything like that. However, we've come across some problems recently at events. So, to better that, we're going to start using titles entirely at this practice as well. So, refer to knights as sir, refer to dukes as your grace.
Baron's excellencies.
Baron's excellencies.
Counts and countesses, excellencies.
And if you introduce yourself to somebody for the first time, use your title. You don't have to use it every time after that.
Yeah.
Just so they know. That way they can use it too.
And it's still not that important for this practice, but for Wednesdays and events, we'd really like everyone to get in the habit of it.
It's not a huge. It's not been a huge issue, but there were a couple issues, and it's not like someone came up to us and said, hey, you know, this person, that person, what have you. But you know, one of the things that this practice what happens to fighters in this practice is they tend to, now especially, they're being seen as competent fighters and swordsmen and warriors. So we need to make sure that we're also seen competently in our courtly graces, and so let's try to keep it going. I think that's a very, very important thing.
His Highness is not to be referred to as dude.
Well, that's a good example, certainly. Good.
Yeah.
There's other ones. Okay, so with that being said, what we're going to go through tonight is we're going to start tonight with our shield and spear, the 2-man units. Okay, and while you may not end up fighting with the people that you fight with here, the goal for the rest of this training cycle is to teach a couple of very simple core competencies. The first one is aggression, but not stupidity. Those are cousins. Okay, when you think you're being aggressive, you very easily could be being stupid.
Such as if you charge a shield wall by yourself.
Charging shield walls by yourself, while seemingly having a huge amount of valor tends to just kind of get laughed at. So we're not going to be doing that. What we are going to do is we're going to show you how to neutralize opponents. We're going to start pairing up spears. The goal for the time while I'm general, which is from now until Estrella, is that our unit in this kingdom will be able to change its weapons mix from a 50-50 mix of spears, poles, and glaives to, if we needed to, an 80-20 shield and spears, or like we did at Penzik even, we took our 22 fighters and we shifted it to about a 9-10 mix from spears to shields. Okay? One of the dynamic things that we're missing here is the ability to address the tactical situation with the right tools. And this is one way that we hope that we're going to be able to work that through. So, first thing we're going to go over.
So, especially for the company, even if you are a die-hard shield wall person, we want everyone to at least have the idea of how to use a spear. Even if you continue to stay on a shield wall, it'll help you against spears because you know what they can do from there. So everyone should have some experience fighting spear.
Even if you suck with the spear, you still pose a threat, and you change the dynamic of the wall.
Absolutely. Because you may suck with a spear.
They don't know.
Sly or Elias right next to you does it, and they'll focus on you. They'll focus on them.
And not only that, but the other person that doesn't know you, they don't know you suck.
So we'll work on threat. We're going to work on neutralizing threat. The first drill tonight will be, I'm going to show you a couple of, those that were here last year, we call passing neutralization. And then we're also going to work on After that, we'll go to spears. Spears fighting other spears, shield and a spearman versus one another. The basic unit right now, as we start today, will be 2 people. Now, one of the things that we're going to try and continue doing out of Wednesday, if I can get support from all the different houses that go out there, and I think we will, is the melee tournaments that were fought both at the last baronial tournament as well as at Crown for the beginning portion of the Warlord tournament, which is a random 2 or 3-man team as a warm-up, as a melee. Okay? Whether you know it or not, 2 people is the core, absolutely must-have unit in any fighting force. And from that 2 we'll build the 3, and from that 3 we'll build the 5, and so on and so forth. But when Sir Elias and I, or Sir Sly and I, are out there, and it's, you know, we're in a res fight or something, those 2 individuals are going to hold a piece of land, and they're going to have to hold it until reinforcements come. So this, regardless of whether you're fighting with 2 spears, 2 shields, spear and shield, a glaive and spear, if you're looking for encouragement for the duration of this melee practice, from now until Estrella, for fighting greatsword or 2-sword, I am against those 2 weapons forms in melee, especially in an open field. They do have their the greatsword has a place in static fighting, but for the nature of what we're going to try and do between now and Estrella, there are 3 primary weapons forms: shield, spear, and glaive.
The glaive's down on the list.
Glaive's down on the list for the kinds of missions that this division, Division 1, is going to be called upon to do. Okay? This division is going to be called upon being an assault troop and a repel troop. That's what we got last year. From my understanding, it's a historical thing. So we're going to really bolster that out, whereas Division 2 has been more of a shock cavalry. They're getting the same exact thing that we're talking to right now, they're getting tomorrow night in discussion, okay? So,
You want to do your cussing?
yeah, let me, give me a sword. Give me a sword. And let me have Dame Celine with her sword. Okay, believe it or not, there's only a couple of shots that really work well for melee, okay? A lot of the stuff that you do in singles fighting will help you throw those shots effectively, okay? But the stuff that's really important are flat snaps, wraps of the leg, and cross cuts. Now, offsides of the head work sometimes too, but a lot of times when you're running and gunning, you're going to use that to close an opponent down. So I'm going to have Dame Celine. Dame Celine and I are facing a leg foe, and we're going to come rolling in on Elias here, okay? Dame Celine is going to throw a flat snap to the head, and I'm going to throw an offside to the body, and we're going to keep moving. Dame Celine's probably going to throw a wrap to the back or something like this. And guess what? We're going to keep going over to this objective.
Now, whether or not they killed me doesn't matter, because the rest of the people coming through are going to get the same opportunity.
More people coming. Okay, so we'll do it again.
Leg them and leave them, folks.
So I'm going to come off, I'm going to throw this, she's going to go this way, and we're going to keep trucking right on through. Okay? What we don't want to do is stay here. Because this guy now is taking up his leg, so that's got to be worth at least 1 extra person. And he's got us 2 standing here screwing around with him.
And whoever's behind them trying to get through.
They're going to get through. This person's going to get bowled over. But if you're the first in, you nail them. Okay? We have...
if you're up close enough, you can also just knock them on their ass.
So, everyone get that? Guy on the shield side throws something to get this to happen. Person on the other side throws something to get this to happen. And we go. Because there's a good chance one of our glaivemen or our spearmen is going to gut this individual right after we move. So think about this also from the perspective if you're fighting with a spear. If you get this man, this warrior up like this, your spearman and glaveman should be gutting him. Boom! That guy goes away. And don't be pleasant about it, make him go away. Okay? Don't stay with it. Especially because if Dame Celine and I are the person to call him, and we drive this, and you're a spearman or a glademan, you're not going to have the cover of those two shieldmen. So you've got to put him down, but you keep your feet moving towards the objective. And by the way, for those who don't know, the people in second and third rank, the objective is where the first two people get to. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay, likewise, if you stand for a moment. Really, if a Rio team, by the way, for basic discussion, is two individuals. Fighter and their Rio. I'm Celine's Rio, she's my Rio. Okay? The same thing's going to happen. I'm going to throw that. I'm going to drop him. I'm just going to throw right into his butt. And what I may have to do is I may have to let Celine throw her shot first, her offside to the head. Boom. And we're going to keep going. And the next two are going to come through and do the same exact thing. If that man's still standing, then do the exact same thing. One of the things I keep seeing at Wednesday, and we saw it towards the end of the year last year, which I don't know why, is we got one person here standing and 5 people trying to do something with him. Okay? Annihilate the target and keep on trucking.
And to reiterate a point we had to make a lot last year, 4-on-1, the Duke dies. At one point last year, Keegan had a glaive, which he doesn't know how to use, and he was holding off 6 people. And I was commanding the other side, and I was really, really upset.
Yes, he was. Made me happy. Because if, likewise, let's reverse the role. Let's say you're a lone swordman, a lone spearman, a lone gladesman. And we'll just say the scenario is a res bout. If you can pull 4 people or 5 people off their line and they want to focus on you for a while, well, hell yeah. Sly does a great job of this. Sir Sylvester stands out there and he shows them threat over and over and over again. He and Timothy. Threat, 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 threat. And then those guys are just like, oh, I don't know what to do. And the next thing you know, they're getting jumped, right?
You hit the first brave one, the rest will fall back.
Yeah, Richie does the same thing with the shield. He'll occupy the attention of 4 spears, while his buddies with spears kill them all.
Sir Phelan is a master at that.
Yes, he really is. So, with that being said, just know that the first rule of our training season is that you must annihilate the target that you're sent to kill. You've got to do it quickly and keep moving.
Sir Keegan, something that I think we're all guilty of coming off one-on-one that goes more to your point is on Wednesday night, it's not just 5 guys on one, it's 4 guys watching, 1 guy fight him, and then somebody else steps up because that's what we're used to. We can't do that anymore. I'm guilty of it too.
I am too.
We've all got to, oh look, there's one, take him out, keep moving.
Got to assault that individual.
Worst comes to worst, knock him over and pull him down on the ground.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's no lack of honor in 2 and 3 and 4-on-1. We're there for melee.
Especially if you're fighting the spear, and this will be reiterated more than once, you don't kill the guy in front of you. You kill the guy 3 down. You kill the guy 2 down. You don't kill the guy in front of you, because that's the guy who's looking at you.
Isn't that the same with sword? Aren't you supposed to kill the guy to the right of you when you're on the wall?
Well,
the wall, you don't throw it off.
The wall, okay. We're gonna move into shield wall tactics. It's gonna probably be more applied on a Wednesday night, but you don't. This person wants to hit you. That person wants to hit the person next to you. If you can reach out and tap that person and get away with it clean, fine. Same thing is probably stand up. This man wants to come after my guy, right? So he charges my guy. I throw him right in the butt, right like that. Just boom, hit him right in the ass. Let him drop, and I don't have to do anything. Don't stay here and go like this, right? Now, if Flavius will do is let him get killed by the glaives and the poke. He just stays defensive. So we've got to expand our mind besides this relationship here into a relationship like this. The same thing is if he's coming this side, bam! Believe me. And I tell you to hit him in the butt. If I could get in safe and hit him in the ribs, fine, or the arm, fine. But I'm really aiming for that. And there's a reason. Not a lot of armor there usually.
The big target.
Big target. Easiest one to throw and do it safely.
I don't know why it's bad. That's not bad.
It's easy to hit with enough power.
Oh yeah, all you gotta do, all I do is just whip this hand out, boom.
When'd you tap it?
It's like that. I never have to go, just as he's coming through, nail him, stayed right on my opponent, bam. You don't even have to do anything. And if you don't hit him, fine.
Let him through the bad guys who want to kill him.
Yep. So you pay attention to what happens when your Rio gets charged there, Aiden?
Buzzer. Yeah.
Thank you. Does everyone get that? Okay. So what we're going to do, and we're going to do this without helmets, is we're going to make a little column over here by those lights. And we're going to come into this pelt at kind of a trot, and the person on the left side is going to throw an offside. The person on the right side is either going to throw a flat snap in the head or a wrap to the leg, or both.
Being left-handed, basically you just want to think about throwing at those zones as opposed to them shots.
Yes. So you don't need your helmet, just grab a sword, don't even need the shield. Good. Stay together though, stay together, stay together. Teamwork. Stay together. Bang, 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 go. Hey, go. Get right on their heels, you guys get right on their heels.
I'm left-handed. He told me to throw the zone.
Keep going.
Get together, come on, you guys are in a car.
Get in there.
Keep the line moving. Don't step on my shield.
Keep it up.
I didn't know that was with us.
Okay.
Not a race. Don't outrun your partner.
Number
Ed,
one.
grab that shield.
Imagine if you look behind you.
I don't know. I think it was.
You look behind you. First off, we got 3 wide for some reason. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. The second thing is, if you look behind you and you're in a. So we're gonna run this through, and when Ed Fox here gets to the. Okay, you're gonna go to Nud. When Ed Fox gets done, we're gonna stop everything and we're gonna go ahead. Remember, those of you that are on Reese's side here, you can throw more than the head. You throw this nice low wrap. Don't throw the wrap to the head, it's not gonna make any difference. So you're gonna throw a flat snap head or you throw a wrap to the leg, alright? Alright, I'm not gonna call it out. You guys, the front guys make the decision. Keep your eyes open. Go, Ace, Jesus Christ! Go! Hold! Stop! Hold! Not overrun your opponent. Reset it. Wake up.
Come on, guys. Look to the next. Look to your side. See who's next to you in line. Keep up with them.
The slowest person.
My 3-year-old.
Attention. Go, Ace! Aim it! Go! Keep your partner! Go! Stay together!
Cheers, gotta go.
Come on.
I'll get it as soon as I get him.
Quick side.
Get all that crap out of the way.
Thank you.
Hey, get your wheels up there. Alright, charge. Go! Keep your partner! Go! Going again? Go, Leo! Where's your partner? Stay with your partner! 2 people in that one cell!
Hold it up.
Reform everybody quick! Wow! Do we have odd numbers? No, it doesn't really matter. Alright, people are breathing kind of heavy.
What was the main problem?
Not keeping up with partners.
There you go.
Hey, we gotta get Ned out from in front of the tree so we can cut in front of the tree and don't have to go around the back side.
Now you know where you gotta go, so lead unit can go. You guys are breathing kind of hard.
10 feet shouldn't make that big of a difference.
Boy, this is
You're not having to run double over.
this is
I had
this is
to.
3 passes of the Pell.
It does.
I hear a lot of heavy breathing.
I'm running the same drill as you guys are.
That's not good at all.
You are more conditioned. Oh, no. Warriors. Some of this is fact.
Well,
We're gonna do wait, listen.
execution will get better.
Just so you know what you're gonna do. Careful, guys, with your sticks. Nobody's wearing helmets. Okay?
I can't run in my armor.
No one's wearing helmets. You don't have to crush this pell. I just want you to take an accurate shot, deliver it while you're moving. And we'll go over another aspect of that in just a minute, but for the time being, I just want you to pick in your shots. You're going to go through this twice, possibly three. I'm not making that decision. Your lead element, these two gentlemen are. Stay with your Rio and get back to beginning in a timely fashion. You guys don't have to go break me either. So slow it down.
As a note here, generally, if you're fighting a left-hander and a right-hander, well, you generally want your sword side on the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I know you guys. Come on, keep up with your Rio. Keep with your Rio. On your way through.
Down.
Be careful, guys. All right, who lost the shield?
Egan, where's your shield at?
Right there. Gotta let people know.
Get that man off the field.
Right?
Get it that way if you're not armed up.
You're back.
Thank you. Come on, Egan. Hey, get up there.
There you go.
Nice, Bob. Well done, Leo. Good shot. Hey, okay.
Remember, you can stay right on my shoulders.
Wait, babe.
All right, we're gonna do this one more time, and then we'll take a little bit of a break and talk about some more stuff. All right, you guys ready? All right, remember, stay with your partner is the most important thing.
There you go, Kelly. Nice, man.
Good job. Good job.
Go.
With your partner.
Let's go, Lodge.
With your partner.
All right, two more, guys. Well done.
Good job.
Wait, Egan, Bob is gone.
What?
That was disastrous. I know it's new content. But amidst that new content, I heard people whining about not being in shape. That is in no way, shape, or form my responsibility. I have done everything as has Sir Elias, as has Sir Sly, as has Duke Aaron, as has Duke Jonathan, as has Count Dennis, to provide you with the information, the technology that you need to be able to be in shape. Melee is not easy. If you want to go run out there and get knocked on your ass and be done in one round so that you can go back and sit around a campfire and say, I was there and boy, it was great, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. Look, guys, I know it's hot. And I've been on the shitter all day. I'd be out there with you. I promise you that. Okay? I promise you that. And I'll be out here next week. And I'll be out at Wednesday and Thursday and Tuesday this week. If you take it personally that you're not in shape enough for this, that is on you. Not on me, and not on the people that are here to try to train you. Sure shit's not Sir Nud's fault. Okay. Just ask one last question. Is there any doubt that this is an intense training place? Did anyone have any doubt on that? All right, so I'm calm now. Good.
Those are tactics that brought up by Sir Nud here. Okay, what we did there was basically a column charge where you were planning on swinging. Open field or something like that. That's why we have the broken up separations between our men, so there is room to swing. Much closer than that, you're going to be hitting each other, you're going to be tripping over each other. Now, if we're going through a gate or into a castle, whatever, a bridge, you are going to be a lot tighter because you don't care about swinging. Your purpose is to punch through in that case. This drill is more of a swinging one.
Having led a lot of charges, just not charges, column charges, just straight charges. Someone trips or someone drops a shield and trips everybody else up, the charge is done. Everything's dead. They stand up and stay stagnant right there in front of the enemy where they're most vulnerable and they get killed. Everybody
Spears
gets killed.
have a field day.
Yep. All right, Marcus.
You have to be steady on your
Quickly.
feet.
When I went down, what should you have done? Run my ass over. Keep your line going.
What happened?
Period.
No, not this.
You weren't wearing
armor. They handled it right, Marcus. Sorry, I disagree with you. They handled it right. You guys stopping handled that right.
And remember, it's hard to run over a person without tripping.
Right.
However, that is a good segue into a piece of safety advice. I've already seen it on Wednesday, and there are people out there who are really good, who get really angry if you don't do it. If you're hit and you're dead, get on your knees at the very least. If you zombie charge, I'm going to follow Duke Aaron's example. I'm going to cremate you. So as far as I'm concerned, you're still alive.
It's true.
Isn't it best to, when you die in a charge, fall off to the side?
Yes.
Yes.
Do not get in the way of the column
Yeah,
behind
because if you don't get up off the side, then you're stopping the charge behind you.
That works. That's you're getting stepped on.
Yes.
For those of you who's fought with me in melee, the only time I ever fall down in melee is when I'm in the middle of a charge. Because I will not take it. I will not let my people take advantage of something that I'm already dead on. I'm not going to continue walking through. And it's not fair to those guys. Or if I'm walking out behind my own guys. I am not going to weaken the enemy because it's not their. They killed me.
All right.
Now there are tactical times where we will tell you to fall forward.
Right.
To fall on a wall of dead body. It's rare, but it happens. There are strategic opportunities for that.
All right. If I told you we're a 1, you're going to grab a spear. If I told you we're a 2, you're going to grab a shield. All right. We've got a spearman over here, 2 shieldmen. You should stand over by the tree there for a second. Now, there's going to be some rules for what we do out here when we're doing melee season. Number 1, if you get hit in the arm, take anything. Anything and everything that hits your arm. We don't need you guys getting injured. Spearmen, you pop them in the grill, pop them in the grill. I know that in melee we're going to hit hard. Pop them. Hit them a little tap. Take that. Otherwise, we're going to have injuries. Same thing on groins, things like this. If you get nailed, simple answer is good. Because the fact of the matter is you wouldn't have blocked it in melee anyway. And somebody's going to be gunning a lot hotter for you out on the field, okay? So part of the goal here as we go through these couple weeks is building some response and some training reflexes that when you're actually out there and someone's trying to gun at you, you're gonna be right where you need to be, okay? All right. Leon. Oh. Good job. All right, so what did we just see there?
He charged escape.
One of them did. You're in this situation. If you're in this situation where you got 2 shieldmen on a single spear, what should have happened is both of these warriors should have been on that spear's ass. You stay protected, and you can get them.
By the way, that technique we showed you over there works even better on a pole.
Egan, you need to go over with Sir Sylvester. You don't know how to fight spear yet. Anybody else not going to hold spear in their hand? In fact, why don't we all, hey Sir Sylvester, I'm going to send everyone over and they're going to get a spear class. Go on. Everyone go over there. Even if you're with a shield, because you're going to be switching up, you're going to rotate into spears. Do you have a shield you want to send?
All right, spearman, in position. Now everybody get a nice low stance. Nice low stance. Now to find your spear position, stretch your arms out as wide as you can. Wide as you can. Your arm back about 3/4 of that. Now the reason for this is if you have a nice wide spear stance like that, when your arms are wide, it's going to be much harder for you to carry your shot until your spear. Now, just for an example, short of a real tight, around the waistline. Turn around the waist like there. See how much easier I can move that around? You see that? See how much easier it is for me to move around, how much less control you have over that? In a melee, that's going to be amplified 10 times because when somebody hits your spear, it's going to go so wide you're never going to retrieve it and they're going to pop it right in the face. That's the basics of it. You start out with a good stance, you have a nice little stance, and you look like you know what you're doing, you're a threat already. And if you're a threat with a spear, sometimes that's half the battle. I've seen people who couldn't fight spear look good. People stand around. Oh yeah, I've backed up 6 feet more just by the way I look, not even hitting the floor. Nice little stance. Light stance. You know what you're doing. All right, everybody get in stance. All three get in stance. All face this way. You don't have to really do it. Now as far as your shot. Try a nice sliding motion. Try a nice sliding motion. All straight. Here, Leo. Your sliding motion. Nice white stance. Slide out and let it drop. Slide out. Let it drop. Now as you faster, what you're going to do is pop out. You're going to be able to draw. Especially those with the tank spear, that's where you have a big advantage because it's much lighter, you get a much faster recoil on it. You develop the wrist strength in it. You can shoot it out. You can do it twice. You just have to let it drop. Come back, recover, go back, go like this. And if you have a wide stance, that's going to help you do that. If you have a short stance, you're going to be trying to pull it up here like this and stand there and pause. If you have a nice wide stance, easy recovery into that, easy fluid motion.
Sly, are you shifting your center of gravity at all? Are you doing any center, or are you shifting your
Usually,
do you stay centered, or are you coming forward?
Usually I'm pretty centered. Sometimes you know how to like this. Pause.
What's the difference between the gauntlets and the
Okay, we'll talk about that. Now, I want you to practice 5 shots in the wall.
Don't knock my wall over.
Don't knock the wall over, just 5 fluid shots. Oz, watch your stance.
Well,
You shieldmen watching, watch the correction, Sir Sylvester May. Going really hard.
Hit it hard, Oz.
Really accurate. I'm hitting the same spot. You're not
Back up.
the same spot.
Don't listen to it, Oz.
Accuracy is the name of the game.
Back up.
Back up a little bit, too close.
Way too close. Back up.
Let the wall be the end of your angel. Angel on the horse stage is saying pretty upright. Awesome.
Grab the back of that spear.
Anybody else want to try a spear? We got hand shields over there if people want to use them. There's some extra gauntlets. Yeah, just where you think you put the Alright, if you haven't rotated in, you can just grab it. You don't need gauntlets. You can just grab the spear.
Here, no waiting.
There, come here, come up.
Alright, if you haven't grab the spear, boss, the gauntlets, try it. Don't worry about the gauntlets if you're not doing anything right now. Okay, stance out all the way first. Press out your arms as far as you can.
Thank you.
It is what it is. It'll help you maintain control of that a lot more. People move your spear around and pull your spear around. That's why. Move it over like this. Like this. Really want to wait. Also, like that. You're going to shoot 5 times in the same spot. You're going to aim the bell out of it. There you go.
All the way back. Where you go, all the way to the back.
The thing about it is your spear's going to have a drop on it. So you want to count it. You want to like push slightly up.
Oh, easy power, please. Don't worry about how hard you fall.
Next, because it's going to go straight like this. Maintain yeah.
stuff, just stuff where you can build things.
You can take me down. You extend, I'm done. No difference. You don't have to hit hard.
Tapping the wall, but you're not extending, you're not following through with your shot. You're stopping here because you're hitting a wall. Step back because that means you're too close. When you hit your spear shot, you should be extending.
That's
good, okay. Everybody stop. There you go. Much better. Now the important thing to remember in melee is this other person is going to be standing still. And you're not going to be standing still. And you're not going to be nearly this close to somebody.
Right.
Most of the time you're going to be about a time and a half to the distance. So what you get you doing, what I like to do is a nice little simple shuffle step. You can either step this one first and go forward. But you never want to cross your legs at all. You never want to cross your legs. I mean, you can do some shots, but just for the basic service thing, you don't really want to cross your legs. You're going to shuffle a little bit, shuffle back, carry that shot, shuffle forward, and follow through. Try that.
You have to have a spirit to be doing this.
On top, shuffle. Halfway center, shuffle.
You're rocking yourself and killing it. Yeah. We're going right there. That's pretty good.
Remember to keep your hands all the way in the back of the chair.
I usually keep my thinking.
All the way in the back. You want every last quarter inch you can get out. Where do I go?
There's a way up here.
Cross your feet.
Cross your feet. Yeah.
He did cross it.
He was crossing his feet.
That's not intimidating. That's like a turtle coming towards you.
Hey, turtles can move pretty damn fast.
They didn't go all the way. Pinky right there. See how I have my pinky? Okay. What I'm going to do is, I'm saying that. Right now we're trying to fall down. No, I'm a how it looks like this. And if something comes from this direction, you got to do that fancy stuff. Now, if I'm here, if I windshield my throw, my upper body is still in the same position. So as I'm moving and shuffling forward, I can get out of the way. The same thing when we're fighting. You notice you don't walk normally. Once you get in your stance, just be going to certain way. Exact same thing.
I want you to shuffle step to your
Left, you know.
throw. You think
You're moving different because well, the thing is I mean, protect you for that shot.
Keep rotating in on those spears, guys.
Let me, there's a cross step, you know, there's scoop shot. I'm teaching the basics down.
Personally, I like this.
Yeah, the guy right here loves that too.
You come in and watch your shot, that's actually all I'm trying to do. Basic. You only close 2 years to do. Alright, now something, alright, guys, stop.
Hold up for a second.
Alright, everybody stop, listen. Now what we're going to teach here is basic guard recovery. Now, if you throw a shot, when you miss, the other guy's probably going to throw at you. Alright? I throw a shot. He's throwing a shot back at me. I can go like that.
What's your wiper thing?
I can block like this. You can block all sorts of shots like this. You can block 3 shots at a time. You only have 2. Get it up here just a little bit.
you only have to move it that much to make it miss. And you skinnier people have an easier time.
Only the end is deadly. Once the end
Right.
passes you, it's useless.
Lock. Okay, I can recover it, and I'm gonna pick it back up, and I'm ready to shoot.
You have a 9-foot shield.
9-foot shield. And also, if you have the opportunity, you can also backstep too. You can also backstep too. Preferably not.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah. Well, again, preferably not. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So if you see a shot coming in at your shield, man, do you assume you're capable of blocking it, or do you
Yes.
If you see a shot coming at your shield, man,
You have a spear, I have a shield.
it depends. It depends if you're opening yourself up for a spearman over here. Now, if you feel that you're covered over here and you can kill that spearman at the same time, go ahead and do it. The thing about it is though, once you have a little bit of defense for you, audacity is what makes you a really good spearman. Sheer audacity, sticking yourself out there and saying, you know what? I'm willing to bet I can hit you before I can hit you before you hit me, because you're out there. You're out there. You got a whole bunch of spears pointing at you. But the fact is, it's hard to hit a moving target.
As far as guarding a shieldman, I think if I'm here, he's probably going to be worried about protecting my inside.
Yeah.
If I'm here, he's going to assume I can block anything from over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm working for live here, his shield is right about here. Yeah. And if I'm right about here, he is really able to protect himself and me from anything over here.
Oh,
Charlie is a real danger to him at this point in time. If I speed, okay, well maybe somebody like Charlie would be a real danger to him.
Someone in Charlie's position.
Yeah, somebody in Charlie's position.
Also, a good shield to be able to pay attention to that.
And in the chest that this is, the spearman's worth 12 and the shieldman's worth 5.
Right.
That, and when you have a spearman, you're mainly thinking on.
All right, I'm going to show you.
That was my question.
Elias and I are working together. What I want Elias to do is I want to be here. I'm the main. I want everybody throwing at me. And I don't want to have to watch this side. So anything that comes from this side, I want him blocking. Even if that kills him, I'm okay with that. Because at least in this particular, in a static battle, right? No, with me with the spear, him with the shield, and we're in a static battle. My life is worth more than his.
So you're an offensive gun who's going to stay alive.
Right. Now, if the battle changes really quick, where we go offensive, I have no problem stepping back and now guarding this side of him while he goes forward.
Okay, pay attention. All right. Now I'm going to show you a very important aspect of spear dueling here. You don't have to block a lot. You don't have to block. You don't have to. You see some people when they block the spear, they go like this.
Right.
When they go about like that. That's not necessary. Because the fact is, the spear is a very long weapon. Cast, put your spear out. If I'm shooting over here, move your spear out, and he deflects it that far. He moved his spear tip maybe 6 inches. Well, the fact is, it was going here before, but when I continue along with that, it's going over here. It's missing him by more than 2 feet, and he moved his spear tip less than 6 inches.
On top of that, if you
Dame Celine, I'm sure knows what I'm talking about. It's and the fact is that little parry is amplified tenfold when you're fighting with a 9-foot spear, as opposed to a 43 or 43-inch blade.
So just this, and that also opens you up for a return shot.
It also opens up for your return shot. It means you're able to come in and riposte the person.
This is very much spear dueling is very much like fencing.
It's very much like fencing. So throw a shot. See, you only have to move it a little bit.
I'm a front throw after spear.
Yeah. You only have to move it. You only have to move it a little bit.
Let's take it back.
The fact is, if you only move your spear a little bit, you can come in. You can come up under. Also, if you just move your spear a little bit, you can come in, rotate under here, coming up under that way. What I'm trying to get you to move is the defense has to be very small. You don't have to make huge movements with your defense.
The trick is to keep your eyes on all the different defenses you have to roll at once.
The only time my spear moves down that big is if I'm trying to knock it out of somebody's skin. Curious. If I can knock it out of his hand, I'm standing here next to the live, and I can knock your spear out of your hand, gives him a free shot to kill you. That's great.
But if
other than that, it's not a hard. If they're not hard shots on your blocks.
But if you're not comfortable with spear, Wednesday night is a great time to fight spear. It's practice. Not to mention there's a lot of good spear fighters in 8th belt. It's a good place to learn. Absolutely.
Did everybody get a chance to do this? Okay. Now, if you didn't get to do this last time with a spear, grab a spear from somebody. So I'm going to go over this course again just to reiterate.
All right, now I've gone over everything very quickly tonight. If you have additional questions at practice or later, please come up to me and ask me.
Don't need gauntlets for that.
All right, pay attention. You don't need gauntlets for what we're going to do.
Has anybody not picked up a spear tonight?
Sir Sylvester's going to go back through, again, what we just went through, and then tonight in our bear pit, when a bear pit out, we're going to do spears.
But a bear pit spear. All right, first part is stance. Yeah, nice wide stance to start out with. Now again, you can modify it from here. This is where you need to start out. You need to have a nice low base. You can keep it. You can keep it a little forward. You can keep it a little backward. I like to keep it a little forward.
So much different than
You want to have your spear as far back on the grip as you can. You want to have your pinky just barely overlapping the edge. That's why I like it. I mean, you may have it not over, but you want to have it as far back as you can. Because those few inches are what you kill with. So the last few inches are what you pop somebody in the face with 90% of the time. 90% of the time you're not going to plow with the guys there. You just got to pop them in the face and they're going to like trick. Find your stance. You want to go out as wide out as you can. Draw back around 3/4. That's going to be your power grip. That's where you're going to be able to parry really powerful shots in there. That's where you're going to be able to move their spear out of the way, especially if you're fighting with fiberglass versus rattan. You're really going to be able to muscle their spear around. Conversely, if you're rattan, it's going to give you that much quicker of a return, and you're going to be able to get inside their curve there and shoot where they do.
I won't know that. Like
as far as when you shoot, it's got to be a nice fluid motion. It doesn't have to be hard. 90% of the time you hit them in the face. Keep a low stance. You follow through. You want to try and let your spear fall as little as possible, but you're going to be aware that it does fall some. It's basically getting used to where it falls. If you throw an inch, basically throw an inch above it. And the stronger your wrist grip, the more control you're going to get out of your spear. The more you're going to be able to hold it exactly where you want. The quicker you're going to be able to draw, now do that. It takes a little practice, but you can do it. Even I can't hold it all day long, but you can do it. And it makes your recovery that much quicker. And lastly, your fence. You want to do small movements, no big, sweeping movements here. This isn't the movies, people. You do small movements, move the spear a little out of the way, move 6 inches, it'll go 2 feet out of the way. That's the quick and dirty version of it. So let's get our helmets on, do bear pit.
You guys got 5 minutes.
Slide. Let's start out, you and I each having a pick.
Okay.
We'll run through once, and then there's just
Okay.
We got hand shields that can be shared, there's gauntlets that can be shared.
Kenrick. Heart disease, please.
All right, what we're going to do first is, Sly and I are going to each have a bear pit. We'll run through a couple times, and then we'll turn it over to regular bear pit. Right here.
I'll take it.
If you like, you can, or if you don't know what you like, try both. I personally use this one. These two. Everybody ready to go?
Do you want them in a line?
Who's got gauntlets and spear?
Hey, just pass those gauntlets off.
Angus. I don't know his name.
Who's the side?
Who's next?
Now, that actually saves you if you walk back.
Good job, Oz. Nice. Good job. I'm staying there.
Make sure you fight the line next to you.
Good job.
Mark.
And make sure you pass
Mark.
those gauntlets around. Here's the gauntlets around.
Charlie.
Go ahead. Get her. Charlie, come here. Nice. Very nice.
I think you got that. Hey, nice job, Jerry.
Thank you, sir.
No, we're just flying over the same bit. Jerry just went. Oh, way back.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Bless you.
Marcus.
Okay, there's gauntlets around, guys.
Is anyone else that's not gone against fly rye yet?
There's a pair of gauntlets over here, too. They're safe enough for this. We got another pair of gauntlets over here that are safe.
Yeah, you might have got this. All right, Oz, stay in. So we're going to stay in your. Just start it out.
Hey, nice fight, though.
Oh.
Here, your line here. Take it.
There's 2 pair of gauntlets on the ground. Hey, stay protected at all times. At all times, stay protected. As the fight's going.
Good. Good shot.
Elias, do you not let them line anything past you?
Yeah.
Don't stand in my range.
Remember, line forms with this chair because we don't want to block the camera.
Okay, so you here?
There are 4 sticks down there somewhere.
What you doing, Leo? Good on. Good job, Leo.
Right, keep your clear to the left. Make
Good shot, Oz. You gotta drive a little bit.
Make him choke up. And you're still full extension.
Hold on a second. Get back and look. We're not blocking the camera.
Now, what we should probably do is back up.
Share the gauntlets, share the spears.
Good job, Dan.
Make sure you get a chance trying a fiberglass one and a rattan one. Everyone's got different tastes.
You hear that, everybody? Get a chance to try fiberglass and rattan. Find out which one you prefer.
If you haven't done,
Some people like the fiberglass, some like the
everybody
They both have their benefits and their drawbacks.
Please try both. Both have their advantages and
All right,
both
go ahead and
have
back
their
up.
disadvantages.
Going back up, guys. The reason I'm telling you to back up is if you're that close to melee, one or the other is going to get smacked by a shieldman or another spear.
And I don't want to back up.
Go, work those arms.
Go.
Gonna work you.
Charlie, back up. Keep coming back, Charlie.
All 5.
Hey, get my hand back.
Make sure you try both now. Stay tuned to your curve. I don't want to rush because it goes right. All right? Every time
Good. There you go. Nice and good. Don't relax. Don't relax.
you actually pushed it right up into your
There you go. You have a fiberglass tree. You can move them around a little bit if you want.
Huh?
No, you're fine. No flat steps, Leo. No flat steps. Two in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Good job, Oz.
Took out the ringer. You should have moved the spear first.
Let me see some there, Gallus.
Especially when you realize it.
Angel.
Good shot, Charlie.
You almost got that cabal.
Don't move your stick so much. Come on now.
That's got 9-foot dagger, Charlie.
Good job.
Nice. Good fight. Good try, Angel. Ready to be in there.
Oh!
Sorry.
Swing. That's good recovery.
Remember that
Good recovery with the spear. Good defense. Back down.
Remember the word hold.
Hey, Charlie, we're not doing 9-foot dagger.
Sorry, guys.
Close in.
The inside of the gauntlet. It's like the no, that's part of the gauntlet.
Okay, let's go.
Two in, two in.
Calm down a little bit. Stay out there for a little bit. Play a little bit.
Good job. That's it. On the fight. Okay. Much harder than not before you're holding back in spirit. There's a couple of things. One is lighter. Second off, if I'm throwing a clamp and slow one, you're hold it for spirit.
Nice, stay on it, buddy.
I'm here.
Good blocking, good blocking on.
But one is lighter. Or you don't land, you can actually put your hand in and make it land. The head's smaller. Good. Now, all that said, I'm strictly a stand. Fiberglass pipe. Right. No, I understand. My knife was fiberglass pipe. Right. Yeah. I'm not with the can. I know. Other thing that's really cool with the can is something I can't hold fiberglass.
Hey, Ted.
Here.
That's something what you're doing. If you're more comfortable in that overhand stance, go with it.
You go completely defensive.
Nicely done, Angel. Nicely done.
Right into the shot.
Hey.
You can get away with it for a ball. You're up. And with a blast, and you keep doing it, you're going to throw your grip elbow and your shoulder.
Very good, man. Very good.
You guys are starting out way too close. Here's it to be
Elias.
That's going to go. There you go. Good job. Get it.
Sorry.
More so than your shoulder.
Come on, Angel. Stay in there.
Now you have another advantage.
Aim for his body. Get him started.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Celine has a point.
Good fight.
Body's a lot easier to target on Oz than the head is.
What?
Celine has a good point. The body is a much easier to target on Oz.
Well, I saw so many. I saw people not taking body shots. I'm not sure if they counted or not. But he just damn near knocked me with it. The body shots do count.
Oh yeah. It's the same target area as the sword.
Right. Exactly.
That's good. Angel. Shot. And you got in position to do it again.
Come on, guys. Next in. Next in.
Let's go.
Hey, somebody get in here.
Angel, get out here! Angel!
Zane's got you.
You guys got 25 minutes.
Remember, it's a stiff rod. Push it. You got strength. So flow.
Marcus, watch this part right here. Remember, Oz, we're taking light tonight, so if you feel it, take it.
Elias,
Yeah.
you're sending me flying every time you bump that table. Sorry, babe. I don't want to fall.
Nice shot, Zane. Yeah, take the fiber.
Zane, make sure you're drinking too. He's got the fun.
Nice shot, Ellis. Zane, you need some water?
I'm right now. Very, very slow.
You okay, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm good. That's all right.
What are the 2 targets, guys?
Are you coming next to my stairs?
Go ahead.
Good job, bud. Good job.
Good shot.
Next little step in there, you fire again. That was good. Angel.
Sorry, man.
Right, exactly.
Takes a little bit of gas, don't it?
You hit me. Yeah. Hold your hand. You didn't hit me. Excellent. Yeah, Flavius.
Widen that grip a little bit.
It's obvious your belt's coming down.
He's about to
You know, trip
hurt
yourself.
himself.
You all right? There you go.
You're going to get some $1.25.
All right, hold. Let's have everyone hold.
Okay. So y'all take your helmets off, get some water.
It looks like you're trying to muscle.
You all right? 20 minutes left. There's been a couple people who want to continue fighting. Definitely going to do that.
Cool. So, let me get this tight.
How many folks is the first time that they ever picked up a spear?
Pretty much.
And had to fight with a focus? Pretty easy, huh? Simple, isn't it? No. Oh, what? Oh, you guys are getting tired fighting spear? What? Holy cow! I thought everything I always hear is a shieldman. Boy, I tell you what, those spear guys got it easy. We got to hold our shields up and blah blah blah. Right? It's not easy. Nothing easy about it. It requires twice the energy. But what Sylvester's trying to teach you is very valuable. All the things he's teaching are very valuable. One of the big things he's trying to teach you is called efficiency. I have fought next to this man, and he's very efficient with the spearmen. Very accurate. So that's another thing that you've got to build into your repertoire. But the fact is he's efficient about it because he knows, everything about what he's teaching you. His stance. His stance is built to be a recoil, a shock absorber, so that your arms, your chest, and the small muscles of your body don't have to be. Okay, there's a couple of things in there. Certainly, you got to stuff with your arm and your shoulder. But the bottom line is he uses his stance as his recoil mechanism, and he can recharge that spear extremely fast.
If you get a chance in the melee on Wednesdays, the people you want to watch are Sylvester, Timothy, and His Majesty. There are also a couple inverted spears that are very good. Yeah. Karhu and I have the height advantage. Our styles don't really work for most other people.
And you want to talk about someone who's extremely efficient is Shannon from Inverted.
Absolutely.
Very meticulous, he's very accurate, and he's a lot older than just about anybody out here. He's out there duking it out, but he's able to do so because he's efficient about it, and he's also had a lot of experience.
And there's stuff I'll show you Wednesday night too if you come up and ask me. There's a whole different thing about being a shieldman and suckering and about being a spearman and suckering shields. That's a whole different story in and of itself.
Yep. So, what I want to see is what I want to do is we'll get a piece of paper before tonight's through and let you fight, do your bear pitting, and I want those people who do not have gauntlets or hand shields to go and put your name on that piece of paper.
We're also going to be putting in an order for spears shafts very soon. Like $35 or $40? About $35 for one. So if you'd like one, we're going to want cash in advance this time because keep getting jacked in the can orders.
Yep. These are hand shields. Okay? They're not the most they're not the most glamorous.
I've had these for probably 15 years.
Put over hockey gloves, right?
These are over the top of hockey gloves, regular hockey gloves. Nice thing about doing it this way is A, it's a cheap alternative. You don't want to go spend $200 on a pair of a gauntlet, but the fingers move independently inside underneath this. So your grip can continue to be independent. We got a little more cash. We got the Egghead Armory stuff like what Sylvester wears and Elias wears and Ryoga wears. A number of people wear them. I have a good source for those, but those will also be cashed up front because they're too. I'm not gonna put them on.
Yeah, egg armor gauntlets do not look the greatest. They don't look sloppy, and they're the best protection for the price. And they're egg armor.
Absolutely.
For something that looks more like a gauntlet, but the nice thing about these is Osric's big old paws fit in these, right? So, if you want, all you need to do is go to Play It Against Sports, get a pair of hockey gloves, or maybe you already have some, and we can make hand shields in a very little time. You know, I think I have enough street sign to maybe make one, maybe two pairs.
I think I have some aluminum that's not good for anything else.
And hockey gloves are also.
I think I brought in a couple of street signs.
And hockey gloves do provide really good grip. If I could still fight them, I would.
Actually, I just
without hand shields on, I would still fight hockey.
The other alternative is to get some Latigo. Take your hockey glove. I can show you how that you can just sew Latigo to the outside of your glove. But I will tell you that in all the years that I have fought spear or bastard sword or glaive, I have never had my fingers bruised, no knuckles broken, nothing. So this is a good starter piece of gear that we can make pretty easily. We have most of them, and these are just nails that weren't used as rivets. So I mean, it's really pretty easy to look at.
So once we put our name on that list, we need to supply ourselves.
Well, we think we have enough aluminum to do probably what I've just told. I think we have enough aluminum probably to do hand shields. I know I got the need on. You're gonna have to go out and get yourself a pair of hockey gloves.
And don't do yourself a disfavor on that and go and buy used ones that are beat up and no padding left. You can buy relatively inexpensive, brand new hockey gloves for less than 60 bucks. Now, 60 bucks sounds high, but you're talking about your hands here, guys.
Yep, and I'll tell you another thing. If you go to Play It Again, one thing that they're really good about is they're good about inspecting the condition of the padding, okay? Because the padding, when this stuff starts breaking down, you can actually push your thumb almost all the way through it, through the leather, or through the nylon. So that's how you tell. If you go to Play It Again and you're messing around, I would also recommend, if they happen to have ones, which most nowadays all of them do, have a hard thumb. Okay? It's hard plastic. It's basically what Ryoga's wearing right now on his body. Okay? It's ABS plastic.
I may have a pair of hockey gloves lying around.
And if anybody has any extras laying around, you got a full pair, we'll put them in the loaner kit. We'll make sure we have them. We'll sign them out like you do with the shields for those that sign out company shields, and we can have these done pretty quick. Okay?
The egg gauntlet. The only problem that I see with them is opening for your hand is very difficult if you want to re-grip something.
It isn't that bad when you're in the middle of fighting and once they break in.
Well, one of the reasons I like these,
I like hockey gloves,
is having played hockey, I can take this gauntlet and I can drive this into a shield, you know, and drive a person to the ground without ever having to cross-check them or whatever, and my hands stay safe. I like my hands being safe a lot. I'm very fond of my hands. Okay, so get on the list. Now, we're going to go ahead and let you guys bear pit out those that still want to fight. But before we do, there's a couple of quick announcements. One, I think I'm probably at the last time I'm going to say it, so I'm going to turn it over to somebody else saying it. You need to bring a flat of water to this practice. We're almost out. We've been on a teetering edge for a while. If you look around, how many bottles of water, right? We drink a lot. We're still kind of considering possibly another solution. That kegerator idea I thought was pretty cool. just going with a 5 gallon through a kegerator with some ice in it or whatever and being able to pour water. But you need to bring water next week. And we'll start taking serious notice of who's not doing it. I know we're all, financially, it's a burden, but it's one that we all need to share. Okay? It's not one that Sir Elias or Sir Nud, myself, Sir Sly need to own.
Think of it as a gym fee. Damn cheap gym fee.
Yeah, $5 a week. Come on, guys.
So I need you guys to bring
You
water.
don't find a sale.
And I will tell you what, I'm going to post it one time.
Right now, right you gotta
Once.
get water stock.
On that Monday night practice. After that, I'm not posting it again. We post it all the time. We haven't had this. We didn't have this problem last year. We're having it now because of our size. Okay, we've grown a lot. Okay, I want you all to keep coming back, but in order for us to keep you healthy and you to keep yourself healthy, we got to keep you hydrated. It's critical.
How many people bought water tonight?
Reese did. Nice.
One. Anybody else?
We brought our own. I bring 4 flats for each of them.
The other thing is, if you get a water bottle, finish it.
Right.
There's a lot of half empties, and you know what the fact of the matter is? If there's a half empty sitting over there and it's
You're
not
thirsty,
yours,
drink it.
Not gonna get too much in the way of cooties. Hell, you might even latch onto one of the War Gods here's bottle, and maybe you'll be your hands and your finding piles will be blessed for the duration of the season. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to say, and we say this a lot, is if you're drinking soda and you're pounding back the Monsters, you're pounding back Red Bulls, and you're pounding back all this carbonated crap, stop. You have to. If you want to perform, and if you feel like your body's lagging, you have to drink water or half and half Gatorade. I mean, Gatorade's got a lot of sodium in it. It's not necessarily a bad thing. If you drink Gatorade, don't overdo it. Drink it until it no longer tastes good. And at that point, your body's got all the potassium and all the sodium it's going to handle. And you might save the other half for the end of the evening after you're done practicing. Last year, the group of folks back here delivered so phenomenally at Estrella. I can't even tell you. There's no way to really measure it. The folks that came out here that were from Inverted, the folks that came out here that were from other units, and took that information back to their units, performed phenomenally.
And how we performed against Division 2 at Southern.
You're not gonna hit your heart. All right, I want you guys to exhibit in slow motion. Pass
without melee hammer. No kills.
Keep going. Okay, switch sides. Let's do it again.
You just switch sides for you.
There you go. Thank you, Gallus. Okay, so simple, right? So simple. All right, Kyrogen has also brought another point. If you're getting overheated, you need to also cool your bodies other ways. You can stick your wrists under some cold water. Be aware. We're going to push, but if you feel overheated, you feel sick on your chest or something, take a seat, talk to Olaf. Olaf will guide you through what you need to do. That's why he's here. He's here every week for us, guys.
Get our attention, make sure.
You know? I mean, he's out here every week for us to make sure that we're safe.
Thank you, Olaf.
Thank you.
No problem. That's support right there. All right, so those of you who want to fight, get your shit on, get in the air.
Jump off the water.
Bounce the guy.
Nice.
Can't do it in a plus. Can't do it in a plus 1 We weren't trying to drop. We weren't charging with trading. You're not going to throw it. The only
Come on, Zane, there's your forte. How come your hat's not on?
You okay?
The little tank is done. I am shocked.
Good fighting.
You're fighting where everyone else tonight or what?
No, it's Conrad. I'm just trying to keep it done already. He's got 20 minutes yet. Put the line back this way. Tonight? Okay.
Everybody gets out there. Everybody gets out there.
Connor, was it the Ann or the Owen? Connor, Van or Vaughn?
Oh, yeah, what? Look at that ostrich.
She asked me how to spell it and I went,
Oz, you sweating all over my shield, man?
See that dripping? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, Oz.
Shield of Giants, one strength.
When we go to the special teams, you're gonna have to step away from this would settle with 7.5 foot blade.
I usually roll mine.
Sure? Yeah, you got it.
Alright, our last I got us the lyrics to a song that the girl need to memorize it. Land of Exile song.
I don't know the voice for that. We'll try.
I don't either, but we can like back up. Do back up, at least we'll know the song, you know.
They don't take long.
It's, it's real easy. Land of Bear, Land of Eagles. You know. We go home over the mountains several times, you know.
no.
Sorry about that. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, I did that.
Well, if you came over and done the pickle of the jar to get your replacement.
I don't know yet.
How many pickles we
I don't know yet. I'm trying to-
Well, we went to kill off the whole 2 jars and that's sitting there.
I'm tired and I hurt, so I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's where they're possums.
Right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a weird shot.
Not before I got all shield.
Or a combination of the two. Especially when she took the last pickle out of the jar.
Rats are expensive. Oh, that's shield scrap. Shield scrap.
Good boy. Good. How are we?
I don't see him in one.
Right here.
How's this leg knot? That little leg knot work now?
It seems to work better if I don't buckle it. Yeah, it's gonna come. It's just gonna come straight off. I'm not even gonna leave it out there. You don't need it. But it seems to work a little better if I just leave that last buckle on my ankle.
Get your sword on your shield. You just drug your sword to the dirt.
Can you get down on the dirt? See that? Because you'll have dust on the end of your stick, and if you just tip them in the face, it throws it right in their eyes. So if you go down to the dirt like that, just have a habit of just hitting on your shield before you get started.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
doing great.
And if he can't do it, it's good to see you as well. How are you? Probably arrange that too. You alright? That's on a month. Where'd you go? Let me up.
Great, how are you?
How you doing, Jerry?
That's actually.
I'm a scrap.
If you got the, I'll send you the crown thing on your DVD or CD or whatever.
Pictures or video?
Video.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Okay.
I know if there's a lot of grass and sky shots you need to edit out. Tomorrow night.
My plan is yes.
So what you doing tomorrow night?
Color.
Oh, illumination.
We're just coloring.
Trying to stay in the lines.
Hey, Gallus. Can you sit over here real quick? Gallus, quick.
It's an offside leg, dude. I'm afraid you're taking it now.
We're going to serve that man right there.
Ooh, be careful. Yeah, Rick?
Yeah, I would actually right here right now, but take it easy so I can fight on Wednesday.
Anything you need?
Yep.
No, seriously, I mean, I don't mean that like a lot of other people.
Double.
Just to let you know.
She's only half asleep. She's only half asleep. You can't have to.
Come on, Aiden, do something out there.
Do you have a unit you fight with? Okay, she's fighting with me.
So is that include like on Wednesday?
Oh, yes. You're here, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Every day.
thank you so much.
Comes on Wednesdays, any wars.
Film class Monday? Oh, no, I'm
Forward.
just not. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. Oh!
I know, okay. That little move over my hammy there for a minute.
Gallus. Somebody call me? Yeah,
Somebody's back there did, I think. Hey, Keegan. You know, Gallus can play a pretty mean guitar, too.
I heard. Actually, you can stay, sir.
Oh! It's your chair. I would take my chair if I wanted.
What's worse?
Go.
No, I started right after.
I got some, but I can do them on my own.
Oh, hey, you did all that work to stand there and your face sticking out?
Yeah.
Hey, you're number the last, boy.
Hey, great fight, guys. Flavius, awesome fight, bud.
Flavius. Don't waste so much.
Go see Sir Sylvester.
Oh, Sly, that's yeah. There we go. that's you, Elias. That's you.
Make him do something he can have.
I know.
My leg. You gotta get that back up. Lock up. You're going to lose that little bit.
Oh!
He wrapped you right here.
That's what yeah,
From this side.
Why let him start?
From this side.
She actually lost.
The big one that says recycle on it.
All the way around my back and on my leg.
Should be the one closest to the gate.
From this side. Because here. Dang.
Bye, guys. Got 4 minutes.
You were just like, I'm not gonna fall for that.
Oh, I'm sorry.